Hello, everyone, and welcome back or welcome to Vessel of Light. If you're new here, I am Nana Hasia, and I am a spiritual healer and a self-esteem coach. And this channel is all about healing and embodying our God-given identity. So this video is about why spiritually gifted women and men encounter unusual cruelty and betrayal. So, if you are a spiritually gifted woman or man, you would have found that somewhere along your journey, you would have experienced a lot of betrayal. This is usually comes from people who you never would have thought would have betrayed you, and this usually comes in the form of something that is very, very intense. As a spiritually gifted woman or man, one key lesson that we have to learn is understanding the cruelty of human nature. This is because a lot of us tend to be very giving. A lot of us tend to have an unassuming nature and can embody some kind of naivety, especially earlier on within our lives and within our journeys. Now, the cruelty and betrayal that we experience is not to punish us, and it's not to make us feel like, that we are not worthy of being treated well, but it's to first of all make us understand the depths of human nature, the kind of lengths that people will go to see you down, to see you in a very undesirable position. But it also activates a lot of your spiritual abilities. So, what do I mean by this? So, when you are a spiritually gifted woman or man, you usually tend to have a very polarizing spirit. Your spirit either makes people love you or hate you. You'll find that even people who are loved by everyone will usually tend to take a disliking to you or will be jealous or envious of you in some way, shape, or form. This is because you, as a being, you are not meant to be digestible to most people. You are not here for the mainstream kind of things or the mainstream kind of people. You are here to cause shifts, and by default, your presence, your energy, your words, your healing will trigger people. So, the reason why you have to know this is because you need to understand that you cannot have a lot of friends. You cannot have a lot of people around you. You cannot just be around anyone. When you choose friends or you choose partners and people to do life with, you need to ensure that they have the spiritual fortitude and the spiritual capacity to be around someone like you. And usually, most people don't, right? So, when we experience these betrayals, it usually comes from people we never expect to betray us. And it's usually a very intense form of betrayal that we usually can't even comprehend. So, within my experience, one of the very intense betrayals that I experienced was I was spiritually attacked by someone I thought was a friend for about a year, right? So, this was someone who I had known for a long time. And this was someone who, I had tried to help on many occasions, and this person was also a very religious person. And what happened was this person would spiritually attack me for a year. And this happened when we actually went on holiday, when she was physically close enough to do what she did to me. And from then on, a lot of things started going pear shaped. And on top of that, this person also spiritually attached themselves to me so that they can know if their work, if their witchcraft was working onto me, right? So this was something that really blew my mind because I just never would have expected that from anyone around me, if I'm being completely honest. Because I think, like I said, like the betrayals that we experience blows our mind. Like it makes us think, like, who can we really trust, right? Because when you are a spiritually gifted woman or man, believe me, a lot of people will go to great extents to see you gone, to see you in a very undesirable position. This is because your spirit triggers a lot within people. Your spirit triggers a lot of wounds. It triggers a lot of envy and hatred within people, even when they try to hide it. So, what happens is a lot of people actually want to be around you, but they can't stand you. people love to hate you, essentially, right? So a lot of people would like to be around you, but they can't stand you. And the reason why they want to be around you is not because they care about you, but it's because they are benefiting from your energy, they are benefiting from your presence in one way, shape, or form, right? But at the same time, because of your spirit, they actually don't know how to be around someone like you. So what happens is a lot of people, a lot of friends, sometimes family, and strangers end up being used as low vibrational vessels to attack you in one way, shape, or form, right? So, this is where the cruelty and the betrayal comes in. And the reason why you sometimes experience this is because the Most High wants to shift you out of that naivety, that, that unassuming nature that you may have. We are really meant to understand the dark aspects of human nature, and we are usually exposed to this very early on in life. You kind of learn that you can't trust most people, and that you cannot be yourselves around most people. So I am a lone wolf, right? Like, I don't really have many people in my life. Not many people have access to me, right, directly. So that gives me a sense of safety and a sense of protection that that would be compromised if I had a lot of friends, if I had a lot of people in my energy, right? So I always say that we have to understand the dark aspects of human nature. When people feel threatened or intimidated by you, they will go to large extents to put you down. This is because most people don't like feeling triggered. Most people don't like feeling like they are being pushed out of their comfort zone, even when it's just you doing you. You're not really doing anything special or unique. You're just living your life. Most people can be irritated by authenticity. They can be irritated by your light. So, a key learning is to be very, very careful with who you let in your environment, who you let into your home, who you are speaking to, and so on and so forth. And the other reason why we go through these kind of things is because it also activates our spiritual gifts. So, a lot of the things that people send to us actually make us a lot stronger. Because as spiritually gifted women and men, we have dormant DNA that is activated through the things that we go through. So you may find that when you go through certain trying times, when you go through certain things, your spiritual gifts become more enhanced and they become more stronger. This is because those attacks are essentially triggering that DNA within you so that you become a lot more stronger, so that you become a lot more aligned within your God given destiny as a healer, as a mystic, as a psychic, or whatever you may be, or whatever you're here to embody. So, yes, the betrayals and the cruelty that we go through can be very intense, but understand that it's meant to teach you a very deep lesson about human nature, that anyone can switch up. Okay, anybody can switch up, anyone can become a foe from being a friend, right? It teaches you that you ought not to let you know, you ought not to depend on anyone or anything but the Most High, your spiritual team, and your own self, right? So that's the first thing. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is that this activates your gifts actually, because we are natural alchemists, right? So we turn things that are sent to us that are negative into our strength, into more healing, right? So I know what it's like to go through those times. I know what it's like to feel like you can't trust anyone. I know what it's like to feel like people just like to pick on you or bully you. And honestly, the thing is, you are actually not meant to internalize a lot of these things. It's not personal, it's because of a spirit. It's not a personal thing against you, right? But you still have to be very, very careful about the people you are letting into your life. So that is all for today's message. That's all for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if this resonates with you, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, if you would like to work with me concerning matters on spiritual warfare, on your healing journey, on your development, on your journey to embody your God given identity, remember that you can always book a session with me. My website is linked in the description box and in the comments as always, and I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed.